So guys, welcome back to Kepo
Union
Channel.
City
Balik lagi
Red.
dengan gua Kenny.
I suspected it was more fruit juice than wine.
Di permainan Beyond a Steel Sky. Dan
At least one person in the city appreciated a nice cup of coffee. Although I doubted Union City Blend contained even an ounce of actual coffee beans.
Okay, wedding photograph.
That looked like Graham and his wife on their wedding day. They looked blissfully in love.
Huh.
Amethyst or purple glass? Either way, it looked expensive.
Trophy.
Rhythmic gymnastics, first place.
Sports gear.
A shelf full of sports gear and awards from years gone by.
Holocunes.
The trees in the gap weren't as pretty, but at least they were real.
Ada logo minusnya gitu loh guys. Bentar ya, gua coba. Ada yang bisa diiniin nggak? Nggak bisa guys. Ntar deh. Artistic photograph.
The pictures were all of Graham's wife. They were photochemical prints, taken using an old-style film camera. The retro technology had managed to blend songbirds seamlessly into the fake backgrounds. The photography was impressive, but the subject didn't look happy. The pictures in the apartment told a sad story. A blissful romance that had soured with time.
Okay. Coba deh kita all light. Okay. Nggak ada yang lain lagi kah? Okay. TV kayak apa-apa. Oke, ntar kita simpan dulu. Cooker.
Personally, I preferred an open fire for cooking.
I don't have anything here. Ayo kita masuk ke sini. Ini apa nih? Kamar mandi guys. Ntar ya. Sink. Cuci tangan. Boker dulu guys. Ini toilet guys.
There was a boot print. Curious.
Hey, what is that?
So Graham was a cleaning supervisor? The logo on the uniform was quite distinct. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
Really?
A box had been hidden outside the window. If I could get the window open, I'd be able to reach that box.
Tuh, kayak mana caranya guys? Bentar, habis itu kita coba buka ini ya.
There was a boot print.
Bisa.
Curious. Someone had stepped up onto the toilet seat.
Yes. Exactly.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. It has been 2 weeks since your last checkup. You have lost weight. Congratulations. It has been noted that your height has increased. Adjusting records accordingly. Scanning for medical implants. Error. Implant missing. Refreshing biomodification database. Removing cardiac implant registration. Registering Schriebman port as new implant.
The scanner had detected my Schriebman port, which allowed me to interact with Link, the city's old network. Since then, I'd pretty much forgotten about it.
Adjusting your health rating from C to A+.
I was considerably fitter than Graham. That was good to know.
Keren juga ya.
Do you have any advice for me?
A single can of Spankles contains more than your daily dietary requirements. Look for the clown. Drink Spankles. Keep a smile on your face.
Thanks.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Kok mirip kayak si ini ya?
What devices do I have installed?
You possess a U-chip personal data implant in the perlicue of your right hand. It is functioning correctly. Your cardiac regulator implants have been marked as removed. Please return them to your nearest medical waste facility. You possess a Schriebman local interneural connection port in the third cervical vertebrae. This hardware predates the Minos system and cannot be accessed at this terminal.
That's probably for the best.
You are welcome, Citizen Graham.
Oke.
That's all for now.
Due to the alteration of your physical parameters, a new uniform has been ordered and will arrive at your home shortly. Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham. In fact, I'd say Graham was downright unhealthy. I had made some headway, but I still needed to know about Graham's work and social standing.
Kita coba ke kamar tidur, guys.
I
Wow,
was hit
kacau
by the
sekali.
acrid smell of chemicals.
Kacau sekali, guys. Connecting to minus. Welcome to minus. Oh,
I
iya,
couldn't
bener.
access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into.
Oke. Di ini city life messages. Ke mana nih, personal data? Gak ada apa-apa. Oke. Civic.
The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records.
Jadi orang tadi yang mana ya, guys? Oh, ini nih, well-being ini. Caring for you deeply, mind and body. Here at Well-Being Ministry, we understand that being a good citizen and striving always for the best can sometimes come at a cost to health and well-being. That is why we're always here to engage with you, understanding and supporting your work, your relationships, your ambitions, your whole life. There is no problem so great that it cannot be snuffed away with one of our unique, tailored reflections spa programs. Choose from an hour, a day, or even a week. Whatever it takes, nothing matters more to us than your well-being. Wow, good speech anyway. Ini personal data kenapa nggak berubah ya? Kan gua udah scan tuh.
You can tell a lot about a man from his shoes. In this case, that the man had no taste.
You have a good taste?
Looked like these photos were taken by the city walls. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger.
Kenapa nggak dipakai? Kenapa? Book, printer, poster, calendar, books again. So many book. The hands here. Oh, jadi kita harus ngehack, guys. Kita ngehack ini dulu. Oh, gua harus masuk.
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Okay. Let's go.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here
Alonso?
monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
Oh yeah.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
Ministry of well-being.
Well-being.
Oh, darling, don't joke with the mentor. We all know you work at the Ministry of Comfort.
Now, Mr. Grundy, let's be serious now.
All right.
Here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
C?
Really? I'd put you higher than that. A, at least. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
Aduh, up nih.
It isn't easy to keep up an A rating.
A? I had you as B.
Indeed, but it is Aspiration Day.
Yes, of course. Clever. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
Betul.
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Oh my god. Apa ya guys? Itu bininya di belakang anjir.
The land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
Oh my god. Apa tuh? Jantung ya berarti ya. Heart ya.
Is everything all right, Mrs. Grundy?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in
bininya di belakang
remarkable
kasih
shape
jawaban, guys.
considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
Apa tuh foto
You mean my
guys?
photography?
I do, yes.
You can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine. You have an eye for composition. Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology, choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes. Of course. That's probably it. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. There. Perfect. I have everything I need.
Great. Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling.
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I hope so. I don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back.
Oh, it's a little bit crazy, scary.
Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the Gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.
Oke guys, jadi akhirnya kita udah selesaikan semuanya ini. Mobil.
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken.
Oh yeah? Let's try to turn on.
I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
Yes, berarti rusak guys. Wardrobe. Oh, on Windows.
Hey, don't touch that! I will not have any industrial runoff coming into my house, thank you very much.
Okay.
Jasmine.
Songbird. Oh, dia adalah Songbird, guys. Jasmine siapa? Oke, kita coba ngobrol sama dia.
Songbird, I'm sorry.
For what?
For...
That I made a mess of the interview.
It was already messed up before you got there.
What do you mean?
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Ooh. Okay.
What were you saying about kudos?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
What's
Alonso.
with the Alonso guy?
Guy, I believe you're referring to Mentor Alonso from the Ministry of Well-Being. He's a high-ranking official. And we've just lied straight to his face.
Quite the team, huh?
If he knew what's really going on, I dread to think how far my kudos would plummet.
And what about me?
Arrested, deported, I don't know, not important.
Okay. And
Tell me
Graham?
more about Graham.
Why do you want to know?
I think he might have been involved in something.
What do you mean?
I came to Union City from the Gap because I was investigating a mysterious...
Oh, for Joey's sake, not you too. Blah, blah, conspiracy, blah, blah, giant dog. Graham was the perfect husband until he started getting crazy ideas. Why couldn't he just have an affair like a normal person?
Okay.
Who's this
Contact?
contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top, with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Okay, goodbye.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
Oke guys, jadi gua bakal coba. Sepertinya
A
dia
collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing.
Coba kita
Kevin
lihat.
Kangaroo.
Kanguru. Oke,
Carl Koala.
Carl Koala.
There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby. Dave Dingo.
Dave Gibbons. Jasmine.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What is it, Graham?
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe. Bad influence all round.
Are you a collector?
What?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kitties. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
Did something happen?
Bartleby went missing, that's what. I asked Graham about it and he denied all knowledge. Then, when I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out what he'd have wanted with it. Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked.
Okay, toy
What's a mama
tracker.
bear tracker?
What do you think? It tracks her babies.
Her babies?
The cuddly kiddies. Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
Okay.
What does
Big
Bartley
one.
Bilby look like?
Bartleby is a bilby. Adorable, long ears. Like a bandicoot and a rabbit all rolled into one. At least he was, before he went missing.
Okay.
Bye,
goodbye.
Songbird.
Yeah, bye.
It looked like Graham had taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea why.
Mari kita coba balik lagi ke mama.
The device was now on, but with the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
Yes.
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
Coba ya, bisa nggak seperti ini? Oh yeah. Fire pit. Bisa nggak jadi 3 nih? Nice. Nice, babe. Okay.
The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. All I needed to do was locate the area code E1594, find the tracker, find Leet.
Oke. Kita udah dapet ya. Jadi harus gimana selanjutnya? Ada lokasi buat menuju ke lead yang mau kita cari. Jadi selanjutnya bentar. Ini ada si robot, ngapain
Excuse
robot?
me, please.
Hello, Chipworth.
Hello, Master Graham.
Gue minta dia buat
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
bukain
Please,
jendela.
can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Oh, tadi karena ada minister kan. Thank you, boss. Is it open, right? Toilet, climb.
The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone.
Si geng-geng lagi. Kita kasih makanan aja nih.
Here you go.
Tuh, sana, ambil. Sana. Bye-bye, geng-geng. Jangan ganggu gua, mau ambil ini. Okay.
Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window. Suddenly I realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it.
Wow. So guys, jadi gua rasa untuk cerita atau untuk part kali ini yang Beyond a Stillness kayak gua selesaikan sampai di sini dulu. Nanti kita bakal lanjutin lagi ke part selanjutnya. Dan jangan lupa untuk stay tune terus di Keiko Channel, dan jangan lupa subscribe, comment, share, dan like video game ini. bagikan ke teman-teman kalian biar teman-teman kalian juga tahu kalau ada namanya game Beyond a Steel Sky. Dan gua Kenny, I'll see you on the next video. Dadah, bye bye gamers.